Time for a book review from Hey Mummy. We have been reviewing Knowing the Score by Judy Murray, and I tell you what, I have got a very different opinion of her now. How about you?
I had decided that she was a pushy mum. I thought she's one of those mums at school who decided her kid was going to be a champion of something, and she made it happen. And actually, I've kind of fallen in love with Judy Murray a bit. From reading the book, I've become a bit obsessed, and I've been watching her interviews on YouTube and the boys as well.
Yeah.
And just actually finding out what an incredible woman she is. You know, she was actually a champion tennis player herself, which is a lovely start to it. So it wasn't just somebody who thought, right, I'm going to make sure that my kids are good at something. It wasn't like that at all. She was a fantastic tennis player, wanted to get the boys out, which I know what that's like, being a single mum of 3 boys.
You just want them to be
seen us
active.
In the morning. I need them out of the house by 10 a.m. or I have failed my day.
Or the house is destroyed.
They start climbing the walls, literally climbing the walls if I don't have them out of the house early. So I totally get that. When you read up, you know, that she needed her boys active.
Yeah.
And as an active woman herself, she enjoyed sport. She wanted them to do sport. So they started playing tennis together.
And then it was a case of, actually, they're pretty good at this. Let's now nurture it and make it something really, really special. But against all odds in a lot of cases as well, because I think tennis isn't like a massive part of my world. I've never, you know, I'm not really that, you know,
I am
bothered about it. Yeah, this is the bottom line. I can't play it.
My
I love
are
watching
better
Wimbledon.
than I am at tennis.
But the thing is, it is perceived as a very middle class or even middle upper class sport with very wealthy people going to tennis clubs, you know, anyone for tennis, all of that. And it's not something that you assume that people from, you know, either working class background or people with little money can get involved in. And this is what Judy has done for tennis. And not just for tennis, but for women in tennis, for children getting involved in tennis. She's actually opened it up to a whole new world of people that, you never know, could be champions or at worst, just get out and get some exercise.
I was really surprised because I just assumed that they came from a money background. And a lot, you know, I've always had a bit of an idea about a lot of kids that do well that don't come from a tricky background, especially in, like you were saying, something like tennis. I had a false perception of, you know, tennis being for rich kids. And it's lovely that her concerns are, you know, with parents. And I certainly know that getting your kids active as early as possible in life, making sure that sport becomes a part of their daily life, is setting them up for life. Yeah. Setting them up for a sporty life. I know my parents had me up and active and out of the house doing sport, and it comes naturally to me to be doing that now. And that's what she's all about. And I think it's really lovely that she's, you know, one of her big concerns is supporting parents and trying to make tennis freely available.
What I found quite interesting about this is that this isn't purely about Andy and Jamie being champions. This is, you know, if you want to get their life story and their rise to the top, read their books, look at their interviews. This is very much from Judy's perspective of having to share little hotel rooms with her, you know, her grown boys, because they had no money to be able to fund these sessions, and being able to get the boys to their tennis coaching in Spain. Andy was going off to one of the Spanish academies
at 14 years old. But you know, as a mother, letting go of your kid.
Gosh, I know.
14 years.
But they were at a point where she had no money. She didn't know how she was going to get him back to this coaching. And out of the blue, a woman called Maggie, I think it was Maggie Old, sends her a £10,000 check, just because.
Are we saying too much?
No. I think that's I think that's fair. No, it's not. Because this woman just wanted to. She could see that these boys were talented and wanted to also help support Judy and get these 2 lads from Scotland to the top. And sadly the lady passed away, but she did get to meet Andy when he was well on his way. And there's some incredible stories like that in here, and including,
and boy, did they get to the top. There's a real mother's story in there. And we watched the YouTube clip earlier because I was actually having watched a load of Judy's interviews, I've also watched Andy's interview this morning, and it showed the clip of him winning at Wimbledon. And, you know, the cameras focus on Judy as a mum who's brought her kids up playing tennis, and she's the one who's got them to this level. And the moment where he wins, you cannot, as a mum, you cannot watch Judy's reaction in the stands when he wins without crying. I'm even really crying talking about it.
Such an auntie.
I'm so over emotional.
Yeah.
But it's incredible. It's, you know, she's just brought these incredible tennis players out and got them to where they are. And his win she just goes to pieces.
She does.
Amazing to watch that moment.
You get a sense of her needing to have this sort of self-justification of how she's raised her boys and what she's done to get her boys to where they are. Because of the media, there has been this vilification of her because she is an ambitious woman. And it's such a dirty word, a woman.
Disgusting.
With ambition. How dare you?
Ambitious working mums.
I know. And what's wrong with that? And you do see her in a very different light because, you know, she does refer to, there's a particular journalist, I think his name was Tam Cohen, who, you know, makes reference to the way she looks and dresses. And would a journalist have ever done that to a male coach or the father of tennis players? Of course they wouldn't. And she has had to break through, you know, those glass ceilings and be seen in a very male-dominated sport. And I don't just mean with the players, I mean with the LTA, the Lawn Tennis Association.
It's a really lovely book and completely different to how I expect it to be, and you, I think.
And you don't have to be into tennis. I think if...
I'm not.
No, well, this is it. But I think as a parent, I mean, you're parent of 2 girls, parent of 3 boys, it's, you know, it's really interesting to read about a parent who has done this and backed their kids, and, you know, are you prepared to be that parent that gets up with them at 5 o'clock and trains with them and gives up your weekends to be able to further their careers? And I don't mean push a kid that, you know, doesn't love it. I mean, she's done it with 2 boys who do love it.
Yeah.
And they've had their bumpy moments.
It really changed my mind about her. I thought I was going to read about a pushy parent, and I didn't read about a pushy parent. I read about an incredible mum. Yeah. And that's really a lovely thing to turn around like that. Anyway, we loved it. Get yourself a copy and have a read, because we really.
I want to go on and on, but yeah. And I kind of want to say sorry to Judy a little bit as well, that, you know, that we had seen her a little. We did have preconceived ideas, but your book has changed that, Judy. So
thanks for the book.
Yeah,
we love it.
Go read it.
Now come on, get your racket. Stop going on.
Anyone for tennis?
See ya.